It is so sticky. Excuse me, how cute is that? See, look, stuff is falling out everywhere. It's really messy. Hello my dudes. With Halloween fast approaching, hence the orange eyes and this jumper. Excuse me, how cute is that? And also the spooky nails and my little pumpkin here. I am in full Halloween vibe right now. So I thought I would help you guys out by showing you the essentials to have in like special effects for Halloween, like just to make like simple basic looks for this Halloween season. So yeah, like I said, I'm only really going to be showing you the basic things that you'll need. These are the things that are going to get you through Halloween doing special effects looks. So let's just get started. This is my special effects kit. I have so much. I actually really need to sort it out because it's just such a big mess in there right now. I've got about 15,000 fake bloods as well. Let me just... see, look, stuff is falling out everywhere. Let's just get straight in. So the first thing that I would say is pretty important to have for Halloween if you want to do like fake cuts and that sort of thing is some nose and scar wax. I use the Ben Nye brand because it's just my favourite brand of scar wax. I do have other ones. I've also got one from Graft Obion, which is a modelling wax. It's quite hard to work with because it is so sticky, so I don't really tend to use that one as often. I've got a Snazaroo one. This is like clear, so it doesn't really have any colour to it, so it's good, like it enables you to colour it, but it's also like when it comes it's really hard, so you have to like squish it in your hands a lot to warm it up. And then I've got the Revolution SFX wax one as well. I really like the consistency of this. It's pretty easy to blend and stuff, and it like comes with a little spatula, so that is quite handy. But the only thing is, like, I find this a little bit dark for my skin tone. Like, it's a nice scar wax to use, but like as you can see, like that's just a little bit dark for me if I'm going to do like special effects stuff on my own skin. So the best one that I would recommend is the Ben Nye nose and scar wax. And then to go along with this scar wax, I would recommend getting some petroleum jelly, which is basically Vaseline, in your kit. You don't have to have one this massive. This is just the one I have. Like, you could have the little pot. I find this really helps with blending it out. Scar wax, if you've worked with scar wax before, you'll know it can be quite sticky and hard to blend into your skin. All I literally do is like just like dip my finger in the petroleum jelly, and then I'll like smooth the scar wax out with the petroleum jelly on my hand, and it does really help because it just takes away that stickiness and it just helps to smooth it into the skin. And then you can literally just powder it with some loose powder to take away like the shininess that the petroleum jelly leaves on it. But as a beginner, I would definitely recommend using petroleum jelly along with scar wax. It will just make your process a lot easier. Next thing is like spatulas and paint brushes. Honestly, you can never have enough paintbrushes in your kit. These you obviously just use to like paint your wound, like when you're adding colour in and like even blood to it. Like I use, this is like my one trusty paintbrush that I love. I use it for everything. I do have more, but this is just a paintbrush I always come back to. For spatulas, you can get like, these aren't just spatulas, they're just like random little tools. Like I'll show you other ones I've got. Like I've got this little random one, and I have this little one as well. With tools, I just find it's really handy to have them because they just really help you like when you're trying to achieve something. Like this one, you can see that it's got like the curved edge, and this really helps to like blend scar wax and blend things and kind of shape things. And then the other end is like, it's pretty sharp actually. I always like stab myself accidentally on this, but this is like really good for like making incisions into the scar wax to make it look like really realistic. Next thing I'd say to have that's really handy is some liquid latex. I actually have another one of these, like in it, it's from a different brand, from Graft Obion, which is like the liquid latex I like the most, but I can't find it. But I've also got this SFX one from Revolution, which is really affordable, and obviously you can find it on Revolution's website. Liquid latex, like you can actually use it to make like fake cuts with it. Like you basically build layers of liquid latex and then like tissue paper on top of it, and then you can kind of like add foundation and stuff over it. Like that's a really beginner one. Or you can use the liquid latex to like stick your scar wax on so it doesn't like keep budging when you're trying to blend it out and stuff. You can do a lot with liquid latex, to be fair. It's quite a good one to have in the kit. And then obviously fake bloods. I have so many everywhere. Like there's so many different ones. I have this SFX fake blood from Revolution. Again, like with the Revolution, I have a lot from there. This is a spray blood. It's just like, it's really messy. It's really messy. as are a lot of fake bloods. And I literally, when I'm doing a special effects look, I end up getting them literally everywhere. But this is like quite a runny one. Then I have like this congealed one, which is a bit thicker and a bit darker. Looks like that. I have this dark blood from Ben Nye, which is also quite a thick blood. And then I have this blood paste, which is like a really thick one. Like, shall I show you? It's like really thick. This is this quite similar to the Fresh Scab from Ben Nye. And with this, like, it's good to have a lot of bloods like which are different colours and different consistencies, because then you can kind of create like different sorts of wounds. So like you can, if you wanted a wound with quite a lot of texture in, you could use like the blood paste. If you wanted more of a surface wound that's like a little bit of blood, then you'd use a thinner blood. If you want like a deeper wound, then you would use a darker blood. So having like a lot of fake bloods is quite beneficial. I've got coagulated blood as well from Wrath, but that's just leaked everywhere. The next thing, which is so handy to have in your kit, is a stipple sponge. These are so cheap. You can get them for like £1 on eBay or Amazon or something like that. And I just use these to like, I literally dip them into the blood, and when I've made a wound, I'll like just stipple it around. It kind of like, there you go, it's kind of done it because there's some on there. It gives like a splatted effect. And like if you are a beginner and you've struggled to like blend the scar wax a little bit, just doing that literally covers up any mistakes. So it's pretty handy to have that. Last thing I would say that I use so much is like a paint palette. This is just literally like a face paint palette. I actually water it down with like IPA, which is isopropyl alcohol, and I literally just like spray it into the paint palette, and then I'll dip my paintbrush in, spray in the IPA, and just waters it down so it doesn't have like such a paint look. It looks a bit more like skin, and it's a lot easier to blend into a wound, and doing that on a wound makes it look more realistic than actually just having like a big splodge of like paint on it. This is the paint palette from Revolution. I've had this for like a year and it's lasted me so well. It's very dirty, as you can see, but I actually really like this, and it's probably one of my favourite paint palettes, to be honest. So yeah, that's overall what I would say you would need as a beginner for your SFX looks this Halloween. This is the things that I use the most to like create like little wounds and stuff. Like, it's definitely good stuff to have in your kit. But yeah, with that, I hope this video has helped you and give you some advice, and yeah, I'll see you in my next one.